The ChristieVistaURS stands for Universal Routing Switcher. Simply means any format coming in, any format going out. As we have progressed in this AV world, instead of it getting less complicated, it has actually gotten more complicated. One of the things that has made it more complicated is the emergence of the PC world and the video world. Okay, the professional world versus the broadcast world. Well, all these formats are now being combined. Okay, so now your typical AV integrator has to be able to handle all of these different kind of formats. You're going towards a digital world, but you still need to handle all the analog, the existing analog equipment that you have. Now the great thing about the URS is coming at a perfect time. It's coming at a time that you need to merge all this equipment together. One of the main benefits of the URS is that it's going to replace a great amount of gear that you would have in your AV rack. Your typical AV rack is going to have a matrix switcher. Now this matrix switcher may be just DVI. You may have another matrix switcher that's your component analog. You may have another matrix switcher that's your HDSDI. Why do you have all these matrix switchers? Because you have a great variety of sources that are different formats and different resolutions, analog and digital, that all need to come into your rack, and from there they go to the destinations, which could be projectors or LCD panels, recorders. Now, when you have all this gear to put together, you have much more ancillary gear to support it. You need scalers and transcoders, okay, and a lot of cabling. Now the URS is just going to allow you to bring these sources, plug them right into the URS, okay, and then from the URS right to your displays or your final destinations, whether it's a recorder or a flat panel or a projector. The URS is going to be used in a wide variety of applications. On any industry that is using a lot of different formats of video that needs to go to a lot of multiple destinations, the URS is a great fit for. I can think of your typical boardroom nowadays, your corporate boardroom, a broadcast set, okay, on houses of worship, museums. Unlike your traditional standard routing switcher, which is format specific, the URS is going to be able to handle all kind of formats. Okay. Now these formats can be analog and digital. Okay. We'll be supporting formats such as DVI, HSDI, 3G HSDI, composite on the input, component analog on the input, and the same thing on the outputs. Therefore, you're also going to be handling multiple aspect ratios. You may have a projector that's 4:3, you may have a plasma that's 16:9. Now what happens when you bring in a 4:3 source? Obviously to the 4:3 projector, there's not an issue. But if you bring it into the 16:9 monitor, you're going to be able to have your choice on the URS. Now the URS is going to have 4 layers per output. So you may want to take this 4:3 source, keep it 4:3, and put it over a 16:9 background across this plasma. Okay. From there, you may want to bring in a still that would be what we call a bug. In the industry, we call a logo or a bug that can lay on top of that. With 4 layers, you may be able to do a quad split. There is multiple ways of controlling the URS. There is front panel control. We have a very graphical GUI interface, and you'll be able to control the URS with any kind of third-party control. Unlike your typical routing switcher, the URS provides you a source monitor. This on one single monitor, you'll be able to look at all your sources. Now these sources coming in are all in real time. So these are live sources on this monitor. Then the user can go ahead and pick and choose what source he wants to go to what destination. One of the main advantages of the URS is how much equipment it replaces in your typical AV environment. Okay, you are eliminating scalers and deinterlacers and multiple matrix switchers, and you're only using one box to achieve all this.